Hey folks, it's Jess, and it's Sunday again here on GenderqueerChat. This week we're talking about friends and how they've reacted to us being genderqueer. It was not a super good week for me with my depression and things, so I'm really glad for both of our sake that I'm the Sunday time slot, because if I was Thursday or Friday I probably would have come on here just saying like I don't have any friends, and then I would have crawled back up into the fetal position. But that is not true. I do actually have a few, and some of them are really dear and precious to me. My best and longest friend is actually a genderqueer transgender guy, so there's really not been any issue there as far as him reacting to me being genderqueer. Pretty much a non-issue there. It's just great to have each other for support, I think. Unfortunately, he had to move away to another city. I guess it's been almost like 8 months now, so I'm really, really sad about that. And yeah, it's just really sad about that. And then otherwise, I was thinking about people that I tend to talk to and hang out with and just like am in contact with the most. And I guess pretty much it's 3 separate married lesbian couples. That's pretty much my friend base right now, most of whom I've known just in the past like 3 to 4 years or so. And they've really, they've ranged the gamut as far as how they've reacted. One couple, one of the members is pretty gender variant herself, so there's really been no issue there either. She's been really accepting. We've talked a little about the genderqueer thing. I've even showed her 1 or 2 of my YouTube videos, and she's been really cool. Like we ran into 1 or 2 times where she was trying to call me lady, and now she just really gets flustered and feels bad and apologizes, and it's really no big deal because I know that she's coming from a good place. And now whenever we're talking, sometimes since I've introduced her to the term genderqueer, she'll even use it to refer to herself sometimes. So, and her partner, obviously, since she loves my friend, and both of them are really cool. Like intermediate is another couple that I know. Mostly I've talked to one of them about it. The other one seems cool, whatever. This one gets a little defensive. Her reaction whenever anything like gender variant comes up is to start dissing trans and gender variant people that either I and she both know or that she just knows. And that makes me kind of uncomfortable. I think it's just a defensive reaction. I know that this person finds me attractive and likes to hit on me, even though she's married. That's fine. Like, she knows I'm a safe person, and we kind of have an agreement on that. But that all is good. She can be a little flirty if she wants to, and there's no cause for trouble. But I think that the fact that I'm talking about my gender is kind of threatening to her because of her finding me attractive and what that means for her. So yeah, that is kind of the intermediate response I received. And then like the third couple, we were hanging out more before, and then we went on a camping trip together where they started telling me that they thought that transgender people were just ruining their lives and things like that, and just being very transphobic and not cool. And I ended up crying. And we just stopped really hanging out as much after that, and I don't think they realized that that was what it was about. But recently we had a talk about it, and they've been a little better. And yeah, I think that's also an issue about people being defensive. Like, they're also construction workers, and they're not the most like gender conforming people themselves. So I think that they're kind of, by association, they're worried if I'm genderqueer or gender variant, what that means about them. So that's been pretty much the gamut. And I guess like last on my list of friends' reactions, I would have to put my mom. because I consider my mom to be one of my best friends. So I came out to her as genderqueer, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, because I think, like, of the two friends of mine that she's heard about the most, they were both, like, transgender, so I think that she was beginning to be concerned that I was going to start switching pronouns and getting on hormones and having surgery and stuff on her. So I feel a little bad that I had to come out to her in order to kind of, like, let her know that that probably wasn't going to happen and that she should stop worrying so much about it. But it did take the pressure off a little, because she stopped, like, insisting, like, on, like, calling me, like, hey girl, and just, like, saying things like, oh, but you're still a girl, or you're still a woman, and stuff like that, and kind of encouraging me to femme up some. So that's that. My mom's always been really cool about my trans friends. I even, like, brought one home to visit for the holidays a few years ago, and they were really good. They behaved themselves and they were really good whenever I brought my friend home. But I think for her, it being me would be a different story sometimes. I'm sure she would get over it and everything would be okay eventually, but so that's that. So I probably have a few minutes left, and I've actually been thinking a lot about friends and friendship in general, and I guess somewhat in how it relates to being genderqueer, so I'm going to talk a little on that. I think I'm in the same boat as Cody in some ways, where I'm kind of, I think he called himself a recluse. I usually refer to myself more as a hermit. I really value friendship and friends, but I happen to be fairly introverted, and so those are conflicting emotions sometimes around that whole thing. And since my best friend moved out of town and the relationship I was in ended, I've had a pretty big, like, space in my life for new friendships to grow, but I haven't been pursuing that much because of my hermity habits. So I've been thinking about that, and I guess what I wanted to say as far as the role that my being genderqueer has played in that is just acceptance. I've had that issue with being queer before, but in particular, cisgendered men. My work environment tends to mean that I am surrounded by cisgendered men for almost all of my day, and I have a really hard time forming friendships with cisgendered guys. I think it stems from just kind of the way that I've been treated because of my gender, and also bad experiences in the past with, like, creepy, stocky guys. So yeah, I think my genderqueer has played a role in me not forming those friendships, which is kind of sad sometimes too. So in summary, I think that being friends with other genderqueer people is awesome because they rarely judge you about it, and I think that other people's negative reactions are sometimes very telling about their own defensiveness around their own identities. And that's all I have to say about that. So take care and have a great week. See you later.